Ever find yourself wishing your students would put a little more, thought into their self-evaluations?
Totally.
Like really dig deep and show us they understand what they did well, where they need to focus, like pulling teeth sometimes, right?
That's a struggle, for sure.
Well, good news, everyone. Today, we're diving into something that might just change the game when it comes to student self-assessment. We're talking feedback fruits and their platform, Acai. Specifically, a new-ish feature that's got us, well, excited.
Very excited.
So before we get into all the bells and whistles, let's set the stage a bit. We all know self-assessment is crucial for learning, but...
Big but.
Yeah, exactly. It often falls short. What are
Uh,
some of the biggest hurdles you see, just from your experience?
I think the biggest hurdle is getting students to really reflect. I mean, they rush through it. It's like they're just checking a box. You get these one-sentence answers. It's like, come on, tell me more.
Right. Look, what did you actually learn from this?
Exactly. And honestly, sometimes I think students prioritize peer feedback over their own self-reflection.
Which, peer feedback is important, but
It is. It has its place, but self-assessment, that's where the real learning happens. That's where the metacognition comes in.
100%. Okay, so that brings us to Acai. What is it about this platform, this feedback coach, that caught your eye?
Well, first off, it's designed to solve the exact problems we're talking about. It's built to help students give those high-quality, in-depth self-assessments we're looking for, and the feedback coach feature. It's like having a little...
A little angel on their shoulder.
Yes. Well, maybe not an angel, more like a...
A coach.
There you go. A coach on their shoulder, guiding them through the process.
I love that. So how does it work? What's the magic behind this feedback coach?
It's all about personalization and real-time guidance. So the teacher, you set up your rubric, your assessment criteria, all that good stuff. Then, when the student's going through their self-assessment,
Bam!
yeah,
Feedback coach jumps in.
exactly. It gives them prompts and tips based on your rubric, tailored to your learning objectives.
It's like you're right there with each student.
Yes.
That's amazing. It seems so efficient, too. Less work for us as educators, and hopefully better self-awareness for the students.
That's the goal. And the research backs it up. There's evidence that suggests when students engage in this kind of structured self-reflection with real-time feedback, they actually internalize the criteria for success.
They're not just going through the motions.
Exactly. They start to understand what good actually looks like, sounds like, whatever it may be. And that can lead to more focused effort in the future because they know what they're aiming for.
Right. So it's not just about reflecting on the past. It's about...
It's about planning for the future. It's about growth.
I love it. Okay, so all this sounds fantastic in theory, but let's get practical for a second. Where does this magical feedback coach actually live within Acai?
Oh, it's integrated seamlessly. You can use it for peer review, group member evaluation, self-assessment of skills, skill review, even assignment review.
So many options. Walk me through it, let's say, for a self-assessment activity.
Sure. You're in Acai, setting up the activity. You go to the Give Feedback step. There's a section called Guiding Student Settings, and that's where the magic happens.
Let me guess. There's a feedback coach toggle.
You got it. Switch it on, and you're good to go.
Amazing. Yeah. I love how user-friendly they've made it. So we've talked about how it works, where to find it, but I want to circle back to the why. Why should we, as educators, be pushing for this level of self-assessment? What's the big picture impact?
It's about empowering students to own their learning journey. That's the big picture. They're not just passive recipients of information anymore. They're active participants. It's about critical thinking, recognizing strengths and weaknesses, setting realistic goals. It's about...
Becoming lifelong learners.
Exactly. And honestly, that's something they'll carry with them far beyond our classrooms.
Couldn't agree more. This has been eye-opening. Acai really seems to be onto something with this feedback coach feature.
They really do. And, it makes you think, what other tools and strategies can we use to encourage this kind of genuine reflection in our students?
Excellent question. And one I hope all of you listening will ponder as well. How can we help them become those self-directed learners we know they can be? That's something worth thinking about.